Hi everyone, in this video we're going to look at animation inside of Canva. We're going to focus on doing it inside of our presentation. Okay, watch this. So when we load a page, instead of it just kind of swiping on, watch, things load. Go to the next page. Okay, things individually do stuff. Like that slid in, that kind of, what did that do? That typewritten in, no, kind of just faded in. So we're kind of looking at, oh, things moved, images are moving. So it's a little different from a page transition. It's basically animating the elements on the page rather than the page movement. Instead of sliding across the whole page, it starts animating little bits as the page loads. Okay, they call it animations rather than transitions. And the cool thing about it is once we learn it, we can apply it to old stuff like Instagram posts to add kind of animation and life to those. All right, let's jump in, get started. Okay, to get started, we're going to click on the page itself like we did for transition. What you'll notice is the word transition now is called whatever one you've picked. Mine happens to be flow, yours will be something else, either transition or one of these other names. Okay, the one we're looking for now though is click on the background. Instead of this, see this guy? Animate. Okay, very similar. It's kind of like a page transition, but it's like a page build. Everything's going to animate on the page. And you can do it, let's click on this. Okay, you can do it for the entire page or you can do it for the thing. Okay, page, text. If you have nothing selected, it just gives you the page ones. And you can hover above them. If you click them, you apply them. If you hover above them, I'm not clicking these things, it's just giving me a preview. Okay, so yeah, you can just work your way through and say, all right, I like simple. Okay, and we'll give you some extra options on them. Okay, do I want it to animate both in and out of the presentation slide? Okay, when the page loads, and when you leave the page, do you want it to animate or just one of these? Some of them are a bit more like, let's have a look at chill. Okay, you'll find some of them that have a few more details like this one here. Wipe has both on enter, on exit, but you can play around with speed and direction. You see these crown options here. Okay, these are pro only features, but luckily all of these animations, they're all really good by default. You know, some programs, you load them up and you're like, oh man, that's bad, but I think I can make it good. These are by default good. So once I've clicked on it, I've applied it. Okay, I can remove all animations from this page, okay, or I can apply it again. I can apply it to all pages, easy peasy. So they're very similar to the transitions, okay, but they're more to do with like what happens to the elements on that page. You can still see here, it has a flow. I'm gonna change it to maybe slide in. So this is gonna try and do both. It's gonna slide plus all the animations that I put on this one, which was, let's close this down, let's go to you, click on the background, go to wipe. So I'm using wipe. So let's see how both of them look. Let's present. Okay, so there's that wipe. And it's kind of deconstructing and wiping. Can you see it there? It's kind of like animating off using that, was it wipe? Okay, but it was also using this one here, which was slide. So it was sliding and click on the background, wipe. That got me a little confused at the beginning. It's like, those feel like the same thing. I can see where they've broken them up. The reason is that we can do it per element. So let's do that now. We're done to the page. Let's go to this next one and say, all right, I want this image now to animate. Okay, so not the page. I'm gonna work on the photo. Okay, page just guesses and does it all for you. Whereas I'm gonna say this photo, or can you see it changes to this text? Okay, this photo, I'd like to do one of these things. Do I want to breathe? Little baseline slide in, blur in. Okay, I'm looking for something simple. Oh, don't use pop. Okay, you can see some of the features in here as well. Pro only, pan. All right, I want to do fun stuff now. The same thing as before. Once you've applied one, okay, you've selected it, you've clicked on it. Remember, you can hover without applying it. Once you've clicked on it, you can remove the animation. So now you can work your way through and say, I want this to slide in. I want this to do something else. I want this to type in. Oh, I hate that one. Oh, okay, I don't hate it as much. Hate's a strong word. It's a lot. You can see this one here, typewriter, has quite a few extra little bits. Do you type in by word, by character, shift? It's probably a bit much, huh? You get the idea. Well, last thing I want to show you is if I go back to my home, you don't have to be back at the home page, but I feel like I should. Okay, I'm going to go to this one. I'm going to go to remove all animations and I'm going to go to the top of this one. So I got the page selected. I'm on animate. There's this one here called Magic Animate. It's a pro option. And basically it's going to go through your whole document. It takes a little while. Mine's kind of already done because I was practicing. Okay. And it goes through and decides what is a good option for all the different elements. Let's change it all to, let's go to this one. Let's go to handmade. And they've decided handmade is a chop. My least favorite transition. Here we go, handmade. There you go. Oh, well. Do I like it? I think I just like being a little bit more purposeful. They're trying to use AI for everything. It was kind of cool when I first used it. The professional one, just like throw the data in, get some layouts going, use the Magic Animate and keep it at professional. Okay, and I don't know, things just look good, super quick, and that is the kind of real big benefit of using Canva. You can do things, get it on brand, get it out to your client, and look like a superstar super quick. Now remember, this can be applied to, we're doing it in presentations at the moment because it's quite appropriate, but you could use it for our earlier Instagram doc. Ooh, there's a lot going on that one. So have a look at this one here. Okay, so I can decide that this text here can be animated as well. We can't do the page transitions, okay, but we can do animate. We can say, I would like to get it to slide this way. Okay, the big change will be is that it can't be just a JPEG you export it at. So I'm gonna do this, and I'm gonna do that. Awesome. And what you'll find is now if I go to share, this now needs to be a video. So more appropriate for a reel or a story. Okay, so if I go to share and I go to download, it's going to default to MP4. Okay, and that's just a really generic video format, okay, instead of your PNG or your JPEG. Okay, that is good because it will keep the animation in there. You can do animated GIFs, just a little bit jumpier and the file size is quite big. Depends what you're using it for. If you're trying to go out to say an email banner, okay, you want a bit of animation in there, animated GIF is better than an MP4, but if you're going out to social media, MP4 is the go. If it's going to be a plain old post, it needs to be a JPEG or a PNG. There we go. Look at us animating our presentation and now being able to animate anything in the past. Ooh, good point. Can you see in here? All right, I want this table to animate in. Doesn't have the option. It's a kind of a good highlight of picking the kind of format first, because there are some features that are more appropriate for longer documents and some better for presentations, some better for graphic design, print. You get the idea. One of the key things that I finally worked out when I started with Canva is like, every time I open a different document, things are different. And animate is just one of them. All right, my friend, that is animating inside of Canva. Awesome. I will see you in the next video.